I want to ask you something personal. When was the last time your elderly parent or someone you love who is older genuinely laughed? Not a polite smile, not a nod at the TV. I mean really, truly laughed. If you had to think about that for more than 3 seconds, this video is for you. Because what I'm about to share with you today is something most doctors aren't telling their patients. Something that is quietly, and I mean quietly, destroying the health of millions of seniors around the world right now. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what it is, why it happens, and most importantly, what you can actually do about it starting today. My name is Dorothy, and for years I have spent my life studying what truly makes older people thrive, not just survive. And what I have found over and over again is that the biggest threat to senior health isn't what most people think it is. It's not heart disease, it's not diabetes, it's not even cancer. It is something far more invisible, far more misunderstood, and far more dangerous than any of those things. Today we are going to talk about it fully, what it is, what it does to the body and mind, the warning signs most families completely miss, and the surprisingly simple ways to fight back. This is one of the most important conversations you will ever have about the people you love. So let me get straight into it. The silent epidemic I am talking about is loneliness and social isolation in older adults. Now, before you say, "Dorothy, I know what loneliness is," let me stop you right there, because what the research actually shows about loneliness in seniors will genuinely shock you. This is not about feeling a little sad on a quiet afternoon. This is a full biological crisis happening inside the body. The World Health Organization, the highest medical authority in the world, has officially declared social isolation and loneliness a global public health priority. Not a lifestyle issue, a public health crisis. Let me give you the numbers so you understand the scale of what we are talking about. A major study analyzing over 1,250,000 older adults across 126 different studies found that nearly 28% of seniors worldwide are experiencing loneliness right now. In North America alone, that number jumps to over 30%. Think about that. 1 in every 3 elderly people you know is lonely. And over 40% of adults age 60 and older report feeling lonely on a regular basis. This isn't rare. This isn't unusual. This is an epidemic happening in living rooms, in care homes, in retirement communities, quietly, invisibly, every single day. But here is where it gets truly frightening. It is not just about feeling bad. Loneliness is killing people. I need you to really hear what I am about to say. Research published by the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, has confirmed that social isolation and loneliness dramatically increase a person's risk for heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, depression, anxiety, self-harm, and, I want you to hear this, early death. Not slightly increased risk, dramatically increased risk. One landmark study found that lacking social connection is as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. 15 cigarettes every single day. We have entire public health campaigns, warning labels, taxes, all dedicated to stopping people from smoking. And yet loneliness, which carries the exact same risk, gets almost no attention at all. And the effects on the brain are just as severe as the effects on the body. Seniors who are chronically isolated experience faster cognitive decline. Their memory weakens faster. Their ability to process information slows down faster. The risk of dementia increases significantly. A study from the University of Michigan that tracked older adults from 2018 all the way through 2023 found consistently, year after year, that feeling isolated and lacking companionship was strongly linked to both poorer physical health and poorer mental health. Year after year, the same result, the same devastating outcome. And here is something that breaks my heart every time I think about it. Research shows that seniors who are both lonely and socially isolated, the combination of the two, have the highest medical costs, the most emergency room visits, and the lowest quality of life of any group studied. The most vulnerable people, the ones who need the most support, are the ones who are most alone. So now you understand what we are really dealing with. This isn't sadness. This is a medical emergency hiding in plain sight. Now I want to talk about why this happens, because understanding the causes is the first step toward actually fixing it. And I want to say something directly to anyone watching who has an elderly parent or loved one. Please don't feel guilty after hearing this. These causes are often invisible. They sneak up quietly, and most families genuinely don't see them until things have already gotten serious. The first cause is retirement. When a person retires, they don't just lose a job, they lose their daily social structure. The colleagues, the conversations, the sense of purpose, the rhythm of having somewhere to be and something to contribute, all of it disappears overnight. For many seniors, the workplace was their primary source of human connection, and suddenly it is just gone. The second cause is loss. As we get older, we lose people. Friends pass away, spouses pass away, siblings pass away. Every loss shrinks the social world a little more. And for many seniors, by the time they reach their late 70s or 80s, most of the people they built their lives with are no longer here. The third cause is physical limitation. Mobility becomes harder. Driving becomes harder. Getting out of the house becomes harder. And with every physical limitation, the world gets a little smaller. What was once easy, popping over to a friend's house, attending a community event, going to church, becomes a real challenge. The fourth cause, and this one is the one families miss the most, is the digital gap. The world has moved online. Family chats happen on WhatsApp. Plans are made on social media. Invitations come by text and email. And many seniors, through no fault of their own, have simply been left behind in this digital shift. They can't join the conversation because the conversation has moved to a place they don't know how to reach. And so they sit, quietly, watching the world connect without them. This is how it happens. Not dramatically, not suddenly, slowly, gradually, invisibly, until one day you realize that someone you love has been alone in a way that is genuinely damaging their health. So how do you know if someone you love is suffering from loneliness and isolation? Here are the warning signs. Please, really look at this list and think about the seniors in your life. Number 1, they talk about the same things repeatedly. When someone's world gets very small, the same few topics become the only topics. If your parent tells you the same story 3 times in one phone call, that is not just memory. That is often a sign of a very limited social world. Number 2, they seem disinterested in things they used to love. When isolation sets in, motivation drops, hobbies fade, the things that once brought joy start to feel pointless. This is depression quietly taking root. Number 3, they say things like, "Nobody calls anymore," or "I don't want to be a burden." That phrase, "I don't want to be a burden," is one of the most heartbreaking signs. It means they have started to believe their presence in other people's lives is an inconvenience. Number 4, their physical health is declining without a clear medical cause. Unexplained fatigue, more illness, slower recovery. Remember, loneliness is a biological threat. It weakens the immune system, raises inflammation, and accelerates aging at a cellular level. Number 5, they seem perfectly fine on the surface. This is the one that catches most families off guard. Many isolated seniors have become so used to their loneliness that they have stopped showing it. They smile, they say they are fine, and inside they are quietly deteriorating. If you recognized anyone you love in those signs, please keep watching, because we are about to talk about what you can actually do. Now, here is the good news, and I want you to really hold on to this. Loneliness and isolation are not inevitable. They are not irreversible, and they do not require a complete life overhaul to fix. What research consistently shows is that small, consistent daily actions are the most powerful weapon against loneliness. Not big gestures, not major life changes. Small, consistent, daily. A 5-minute phone call, a simple morning routine, a short brain exercise, a moment of gratitude, a tiny act of connection. Done every single day, these small things rewire how a senior experiences their world. They rebuild a sense of purpose. They stimulate the brain. They keep the body gently moving. And they create natural bridges back to the people around them. This is actually what inspired me to create something I am very proud of, called the Daily Spark. The Daily Spark is a 30-day daily program I designed specifically for seniors. Every single day for 30 days, it gives you 4 simple things that take just 5 minutes total. A brain exercise to keep the mind sharp and active. A gratitude prompt to lift the spirit and bring more joy into the day. A 60-second chair movement, so gentle that anyone can do it, regardless of fitness level. And a social task, a small, simple action to reconnect with the people you love. That's it. 5 minutes every morning. And here is what makes it different from everything else out there. It doesn't feel like a health program. It feels like having a warm, encouraging companion waiting for you every single morning. Something to look forward to. Something that says, today matters. You matter. I have seen what consistent daily connection and stimulation does for seniors. The difference in mood, in energy, in mental sharpness, it is remarkable. And it starts faster than most people expect. If you have an elderly parent, a grandparent, a neighbor, or a friend who you know is struggling with loneliness and isolation. The Daily Spark was made for them. You can find it at the link in the description below. It is an instant download, so they can start tomorrow morning. But regardless of whether you get the Daily Spark or not, please take the next section seriously, because what I am about to share are things you can start doing today for free that will genuinely make a difference. Here are 5 things you can do for the seniors in your life starting today. Number 1, call, don't text. A voice call does something a text message simply cannot do. It provides the warmth of a real human voice. It creates genuine conversation. It signals, you are worth my time and attention. Even a 5-minute call 3 times a week makes a measurable difference in a senior's well-being. Number 2, create a routine together. Seniors thrive on routine. Consider making a standing weekly call, same day, same time, every week. Not when you remember, not when you have time, scheduled, consistent, reliable. That standing appointment on their calendar does more for their mental health than you can imagine. Number 3, involve them in decisions. Ask for their advice. Ask for their opinion. Ask what they think. One of the deepest sources of pain for isolated seniors is feeling like they no longer matter, like their wisdom and experience have no value. Asking for their input restores that dignity. Number 4, help them find community. Senior centers, community classes, walking groups. Help your loved one find one consistent community activity per week. Just one. The research is clear. Regular community participation dramatically reduces both loneliness and cognitive decline. Number 5, give them a daily structure. This is perhaps the most powerful thing on this list. A senior with a meaningful daily routine, something to do, something to look forward to, something that gives each morning a purpose, is a senior who is genuinely protected against the worst effects of isolation. That last point is exactly what the Daily Spark is designed to provide. But even creating your own simple morning routine for your loved one, 5 minutes of something joyful and engaging, will make a real difference. The bottom line is this: the seniors in your life are not just getting older. They are experiencing a world that has slowly moved on without them. Your job, our job, is to make sure they know they are still seen, still valued, still loved, still needed. That is the most powerful medicine there is. I want to end with something simple. Tonight, not tomorrow, tonight, reach out to one elderly person in your life. Call them, visit them, send them a voice note. Tell them you were thinking of them. You have no idea what that single act of connection might mean to someone who has been sitting quietly in a world that forgot to call. If this video helped you understand something important about the people you love, please share it. Not for me, but because there are families watching right now who need to hear this. Families who don't yet know that the person they love most is quietly struggling. Share this video. It might be the most important thing you do today. And if you want to give a senior in your life something truly meaningful, something that gives them a joyful, purposeful 5 minutes every single morning for 30 days, the Daily Spark is linked in the description below. I'm Dorothy. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of the people you love, and I will see you in the next video.